Welcome back to YouTube lecture series of subject Basic Electrical Engineering. Myself Pankil Shah, and here we are starting a chapter AC circuits. So basically this chapter AC circuit is distributed into two parts. One is the single phase AC circuit and another one is the three phase AC circuit. Here we are going to study about a single phase AC circuit. So let's see some contents of single phase AC circuits. So first, representation of a sinusoidal waveform. So first we will learn about how to represent a sinusoidal waveform. Secondly, we will study about peak and RMS value. Thirdly, we will study about phasor representation of AC quantities. How we can add two phasor quantities like add and subtraction. Then we will study about some different types of powers, that is real power, reactive power, apparent power and power factor. So this was the very basic terms of single phase AC circuit, and later on after understanding this basic fundamental terms we will go through analyzing of simple AC circuits, that is AC circuits containing pure resistor, pure inductor, pure capacitor, RL, RC, series RLC circuit and some parallel circuit. And lastly, in this first part of chapter we will study about series and parallel resonance. So this was all about the contents of this AC circuits part 1, that is single phase AC circuit. So in this video lecture we are going to study about generation of alternating EMF, how EMF is produced, generated in the waveform and its phasor diagram. Let's see. So first, before starting this, let's understand what do you mean by a DC and AC. So basically DC and AC. So DC is nothing but a quantity which does not change its magnitude or its shape is known as the DC. And AC means alternating current circuits or alternating current quantity which changes its magnitude as well as direction with respect to time. So basically DC does not change its magnitude as well as direction, and AC which changes its magnitude as well as direction. So in day-to-day life we are using AC equipments. So basically here we are going to study about the AC circuits. But before moving towards the generation, let's see some another type of waveforms considered as a alternating waveforms. Only sinusoidal waveform is not alternating waveform. There are so many type of alternating waveforms are also available. That are the sine wave, square wave, triangular wave and complex wave. These all are also known as the alternating waveform. But here we are going to discuss only about the sine wave. Now let's discuss some advantages of AC system. Why we are generating our electricity in alternating form and why we are only using the AC. So there are some advantages of it, like step up and step down of voltage is possible using a transformer. Transformer is a device, a static device which can transform a voltage at different voltage level. Means if there are a high voltage and we require small voltage, then transformer converts that high voltage into the low voltage, and transformer is a device which only works on AC. That's why we are using AC systems, and in case of application of step up and step down voltage we are using a transformer. Second application is high voltage transmission line is possible. So whenever we are generating electricity, it is necessary to transmit that electricity from one place to another place. If we are using AC system, so that means AC electrical energy, AC quantities are easily to transform over long distance. Third application is very simple and robust construction of AC motors. So in industries there are so many types of motors are used, but basically AC motors are widely used because of its construction. Next advantage is using rectifier. DC can be obtained very easily. So in some applications we require DC quantity. So if we have AC quantity, so by using rectifier circuit we can convert our AC voltage into the DC voltage very easily. So it is also advantage of AC system. It is possible to build up high voltage low cost generator. So in AC generator, it is easy to construct, it is easy to manufacture this type of generator. So this was all the advantages of using AC system in our daily to daily life. So now let's discuss first important topic, that is generation of alternating EMF. How this alternating EMF is generated. So for that, we must know one basic principle behind the generation of electricity, and that basic principle is Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction. So what Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction is? Whenever the flux linking with a coil changes, then and then EMF will be induced in that coil. And for that, we must have two type of parameters. First parameter is we must have a magnetic poles, N pole and S pole, which creates a magnetic flux within it. The lines you can see here, arrows, are the magnetic flux lines, or you can say magnetic field lines. Second parameter you must need, that is a conductor. Here this is a conductor which is going to be placed inside this magnetic field. So if we place this conductor inside this magnetic field, then magnetic flux will link with this conductor, but there is no change of flux will be there inside this conductor. So there will be no EMF will be generated. So that means what? We have two techniques to change the flux linking with this coil. What we can do is either we can move these magnets so that if these magnets go away from this coil, then flux will decrease, and if it comes near to this conductor, then it will increase in flux. So basically we can either move these magnets, or what we can do is we can place this coil inside this magnetic field, and we have to rotate this magnetic coil. Poles are stationary, so also there is a change in flux linking with this coil. So here what we are doing is we have stationary poles and we have rotating type of coil. So now Faraday's law satisfies, that is the flux linking with this coil will be alternating, will be changing, and whenever the flux linking with any coil changes, then EMF will be induced in that coil. So this was very basic setup of how to generate electricity, and its basic schematic diagram is here as shown, where two magnetic poles we have taken, that is N pole and S pole, and instead of that solenoid shaped coil, here in theory we have taken one rectangular shaped coil which is rotated by means of any prime mover inside this magnetic field, and this rectangular shaped coil is having N number of turns. A is the area of this coil. Omega is the angular velocity by means this is rotated, radians per second, and the flux linking with this coil is denoted by phi m. So phi m is the maximum flux linking with this coil. So this was the arrangement that we have to do to generate a EMF. So let's derive the equation of flux first of all, how the flux is linking with this coil. So for that we are taking three examples. So between this N pole and S pole, if there is two axes, so what are that two axes are? That is a vertical axis x axis, and there is a horizontal axis y dash. So in starting condition, when we are starting this practical, if our coil is placed at this position x axis, so you can say that your coil is having maximum flux linking with it. Why it is having maximum flux? Because you can see that it is perpendicular to the magnetic field lines, or you can say magnetic flux. So all the flux lines will pass through this conductor. So we can say that maximum flux is linking at this position. Now let's rotate this coil with angular velocity omega in anti-clockwise direction by 90 degree. So if we place this coil at y dash axis, so at this position we can say that our coil is parallel to magnetic field lines or magnetic flux. So there will be negligible flux linking with this coil, or you can say that there is no flux linking with this coil. So at this position maximum flux was linking, at this position zero flux is linking with the coil. Another is that if coil is not placed at this exact two positions, if coil is placed at some theta angle from axis, so at this position what will be the value of flux linking with the coil is given by the formula phi is equals to phi m cos omega t. So this is the formula of flux. At any instant of angle you can find the value of flux linking with this coil. So if our coil is placed at x-axis, that means 0 angle, then you have to put omega t is equals to 0, because omega t is nothing but theta, that is angular displacement. So cos 0 will be 1, so phi is equals to phi m. And if our coil is rotated by 90 degree, so it will be phi is equals to phi m cos 90, and we know that cos 90 is 0. So at this position, flux linking with the coil will be 0, and at any angle you can find the flux linking with this. So please concentrate on this equation, that is phi is equals to phi m cos omega t, which is going to be used to derive EMF equation of this generated EMF. So phi is equals to phi m cos omega t is the equation of the flux at any instant of angle or at any instant of time. Now let's derive the EMF equation of this generated voltage. So for that we are again using the Faraday's another law. So Faraday said that the EMF induced in any coil is directly proportional to the rate of change of flux with respect to time. So there will be E proportional to d phi by dt. If we remove proportionality, then there will be some constant, and that constant is N, where N is the number of turns of that coil. So basically there will be equation E is equals to N d phi by dt. And you can see in this equation there is a negative sign is also there according to Lenz law, because Lenz law states that the EMF induced in any coil will be opposing to the cause who has produced it. So there will be negative sign also. So basically our equation of generated EMF is E is equals to minus N d phi by dt. Now what we have to do is we have to derive the equation of EMF. We have to generalize the equation. So we will place phi is equals to phi m cos omega t in this equation. So the equation will be like minus N d by dt in bracket phi m cos omega t, where phi m is the maximum flux and it is the constant flux. So we take it outside from that differentiation term. So now we have to differentiate only cos omega t with respect to time t. So cos omega t differentiating with time t, so it will be minus sine omega t, and by chain rule it will be into omega. So basically there will be two negative sign. So negative and negative sign will taken as a positive, and if omega is taken on outside, then the equation will be like this: N phi m omega into sine omega t, where N, phi m and omega is the constant terms. So together this constant term is denoted as the maximum value of EMF EM, because maximum value will be constant. So if we place EM instead of this N, phi m and omega, then we will have equation of EMF, instantaneous value of the EMF, as E is equals to EM sine omega t. So this is the very important equation by which we can find the EMF at any instant of time or at any instant of angle. So like if our coil was first placed at the x-axis, that is the 0 angle, because we have not just started rotating this coil. So at 0 degree, if you place 0 in this equation, then EM sine 0, and we know that sine 0 is 0. So no EMF is there, because you have just placed the coil, you have not rotated this coil. Flux is not changing with this coil, but whenever you are start rotating this coil, so at some angle 90 degree, flux was changed from maximum to 0. So EMF is also changed from 0 to maximum, because sine 90 is 1. So this is the very important equation which states that the generated voltage is in alternating form and it is in sinusoidal form. And if you start drawing waveform of this generated EMF by putting different angles, like at 0 degree EMF is 0, at 90 degree EMF is maximum, at 180 degree again EMF is 0, at 270 degree EMF is in negative maximum direction, and at 360 degree EMF is again 0. So coil has rotated one complete cycle 0 to 360 degree, and at different angles we have measured EMF by this equation, and we have joined all this point, so we obtain this waveform, and this is nothing but the sinusoidal waveform. So this was all about the EMF generation and equation of the generated EMF, which is in sinusoidal waveform. Thanks for watching this video. In next video, we will discuss some important terms related to this generated EMF.